Hi, John.
What's going on, Mike? I like that backdrop. You're glowing. It looks great with the old ND hat.
Dude, always Irish after dark, right?
It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, Mike. Thanks for joining us, buddy. Did you get the yard in shape? I know you're out there all day.
Oh, it's hot as balls out there. I was sweating like a you-know-what in church, man. So,
Yeah.
and I was actually going to film on the deck, but it's too hot. Too hot.
Yeah, fair enough. Hey, callers, by the way, hold on. If you're going to hold or call back in a little bit, we're going to talk to Mike. We'll get back to the call. So if you want to wait and listen, God bless you. It's a beautiful thing. So we will get back to it.
Hey, real quick, though, to your callers, I'm just hanging out.
Yeah.
I'm just hanging out having a beverage.
I appreciate it. That's what the Saturday night's for, baby. I appreciate it. Yeah, you're looking like a lean machine there, Mike. It's all that yard labor. You're packing on the muscle and doing the yard work.
I got a guys trip coming, and I bet a buddy of mine, a Notre Dame friend, not a football player, we're having a weight loss competition leading up to this thing. So I'm locked in for a month.
Oh, that's nice, man. I like that. I like it. Mike, thanks for taking the time off out to join us. I figured maybe you were busy writing the Monday Night Raw episode, the Goolsby Award show going on patreon.com/always Irish. Like, I love it, man. We're having an award show, the Goolsbys, like the Dundies, Michael Scott. We're doing the Goolsbys and we're handing out awards Monday night, people.
I'm hoping it ends up being more like the ESPYs, but yeah, the point stands. So part of the reason I wanted to jump on, Mark with Glasses gave me some great, category ideas. One of the fun parts about Patreon is it's kind of like a collective. So, threw it out to that group, like, what are some of your submissions? So anybody in the chat, an award. So like, for an example, Johnny, this is a lot of these credit goes to Mark with Glasses. The Rodney Dangerfield Award, right? Our least respected player. The CIA Award, a top secret weapon we have.
Oh, that's good.
I'm calling it the Leather Helmet Award. Who's our most throwbacky type player? I think that one's a lock, but I don't want to give anything away.
Me too. I think I know where you're going with that one, but I'm going to save it too. It went right into my mind. Yep.
The Jello Pudding Award.
Yep.
Right? The proof is in the pudding. So who's got something to prove? The Einstein Award, who's our smartest player. You'll like this, John, calling it the Kennedy clone. Which players need to add some weight?
Oh, that's creative too. You guys are good.
So, and so on and so forth. So if anybody's gotten any fun kind of categories, leave them in the chat, leave them in the comments. Yeah, I'm excited about it. First annual Goolsby's, man. Preseason awards focused solely on our program.
I absolutely love it. Shane Douglas says the Leather Helmet Award, Mark Edwards comes to mind. If you're going back over the years, that one makes sense. Yeah, lower your head and run over everybody.
Yeah, I mean, this will be the current team. So, yeah, John, I'm just going to hang out and have a beverage, and then I'll get out of here. But, do your thing. If there's anything I can chime in or help with.
You can help me with one thing here. We're about a week out, Mike, and we've been buying time. We had all this time. Now we don't have a lot of time. We're about a week out. As a former player, what are you thinking about as camp starting? What are the top couple things? Is it all quarterback centric, or like what is on your mind as top priorities as this thing gets going in a week?
I'm just a big personnel guy, John. So I'm looking forward to the latest iteration of Coach Rudolph's O-line shuffle. He's going to pull a rabbit out of a hat. So that's really interesting. The quarterback competition is endlessly fascinating. I was listening earlier to talking about a package for Kenny. I'm not a big package guy. I don't think that Kenny is like the runner that a Riley was, or even the runner that a Buckner was, where it's like it makes sense to put him in an RPO or a red zone package. He's too good of a thrower, and I think his running comes from like more spontaneous play. He gets confused with a coverage, protection breaks down, he could just take off, right? Versus like a design thing. To me, I'm interested in safety play. And then overall, John, I just love, give me the narratives. Give me the camp narratives, and then, you know, behind that paywall, we can pick that son of a bee apart, right?
Yeah, yeah, it is. And it's, you always say when you're over there on Patreon too, you can go 8 layers deep. You know, on YouTube, you got to keep things moving or whatever. That's the place where we dig deep. And the group over there wants to do that. And that we drill down to everything. And it's really interesting. Mike, this quarterback thing, I just think we're in rare territory. We're a week away from camp. I don't think there's agreement in Notre Dame land on what the deal is with the quarterback, and I feel like that's pretty rare. There are a lot of people convinced Carr has this thing locked up. There are a lot of people that think that's not true. It's an open competition. I don't know what to make of it, but I just think it's interesting to me. We're a week out. There is not a consensus in Notre Dame land of how this is going to go. There is not.
It feels like it's maybe 70-30 Carr versus Kenny. John, do you think that like the Angeli camp, Angeli's army, do you think that they, if you were in Angeli's army, right, when it was like a 3-way competition, except it was actually a 2-way competition, right, until Kenny came out of the blue, but did those Angeli, did the Angeli camp jump into the Kenny camp, or did they jump into the Carr camp? How do you figure?
That's a really, really good question. I don't know, because like, if you were an Angeli guy and then he leaves, like, do you have an axe to grind with one guy or the other? So you go to the other camp because they did your veteran wrong? Or do you just scoot into the camp that looks most likely to get the job, which I think we agree is Carr? I would put my money on Carr, but I'm not sold that it's totally over. I don't know.
Not to be contrarian just for the sake of, John, but like going back to a narrative thing in terms of like day one, CJ's out there tying his shoes, first day of practice, and the headline is his command of the offense, which is,
Yep.
It's intellectually dishonest. It's ridiculous. You know, the kid just got here. But yes, Carr grew up with the sport. His dad's a coach. Obviously, his granddad's a coach. What isn't he good at? Where is the room for improvement with Carr? Right? Because he's got the best arm, the strongest arm, the quickest processing. We're talking about quarterback play. Like, where is the room for improvement versus a Kenny who's got a great arm, maybe a stronger arm, maybe not as good overall. Maybe
do we know
better? Go ahead.
Do we know? How could we know what he still has to improve on? I haven't seen the guy play in a real game yet.
Well, that's a question for me.
How the hell do we know? How could anybody know? How could a fan or media member know that?
That he doesn't have anything to improve, or what he does need to improve? Both are question marks as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely. And what you need to hope is that the staff's way ahead of this project than we are. I got to hope Gino, Gaduli, and Denbrock are sitting there with a lot more confidence of where they're starting at than we know. Like, I'm banking on that when I lay my head on the pillow at night. It's like I have all this anxiety. I gotta believe that Denbrock and Gino are way ahead on this project than we are. I hope.
I think that's safe.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, I think that's safe to assume. But my thing is, Kenny's been getting third team reps for 2 years concurrent. So if we're talking about improved play, because that was, I heard that once, like CJ has the highest ceiling, but like he's already the best at everything. So can both things be true?
Yeah.
So I look at Kenny getting first, second team reps. There's room for improvement there. So then can he get himself caught up? And it does feel like a real competition. It does.
Yeah. And the other thing is the timing of it. Mike, practically, when does Notre Dame need to make that decision? You literally have like a full month of like 4 weeks of practice before Miami. At what point do you need to figure out starting quarterback and your initial starting O-line to be able to get the game plan going with all those people in their spots for Miami? Week and a half? Like, how long can you go on dividing reps and nobody knows what it's going to be? How long could you do that before you got to get all the ones out there doing one things?
If you want my interpretation, and Freeman was asked this recently on his press junket, and he said something to the effect of, like, when I'll announce a starter, will announce a starter when the starter announces himself, basically.
Yeah.
So somebody's got to go take it. And that means like competing to be the first one in drills, the first one in the building, the last one to leave. Everything's going to be analyzed here. And it's going to be an accumulation of a bunch of little things to me. But it really feels like the ownership, the alphaness, having some like hair on your chest, like that feels like to me is what the coaching staff is looking for. That's my interpretation of Marcus's comments.
Yeah. And then, Mike, before you joined, somebody put an interesting comment in the chat about if you're Miami defensively. Mark, you're calling my cell phone, not the call-in number, buddy. You're better than that, Mark.
Yeah, he was talking about getting
Mark.
hammered. He was talking about getting hammered. Maybe he is.
I love it, Mark. I'm giving you crap about that. That's a rookie mistake, Mark. You're better than that. Mike, somebody put in the chat, if I'm Miami's DC, I am running downhill and I'm doing everything I can to stop the run game and Jeremiah Love. And I am daring Notre Dame's new young quarterback to throw the ball to beat us. And if they do, God bless them. You tip your cap. Notre Dame's off to the races. Do you believe that's kind of what we're going to see? Or do you think that they'll have like a respect for an unknown in a way and play more neutrally? How do you see that?
Well, this is the fun kind of nuancy thing, John. And this is the fan versus like the player perspective, and that it's a 4-quarter game. So early on, sure, heat them up, right? Take advantage of the chaos, take advantage of the noise for sure. And Tim Hyde and I talked about this, and it's almost a broken record, John, for the wide receivers. And like when we think about making plays downfield, chunk passing plays, yada, yada, it's a 50-50 deal, John. The quarterback is one thing, and then the receiver is the other. I do believe both of these young kids are going to give our wide receivers.
Dude, I think I'm being haunted. Everything in my house started going on and off. All the electricity flickered. Everything in this room was flashing, and then everything went dark for a few seconds, lost internet, and now we're back.
Well, I pussed out on my end. I should have hung around.
I don't know what, dude. I've never had that happen before. Everything in the house started flickering and buzzing, and then I lost all power, and then it all came back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome in.
Do you have calls in the hopper?
I got a few, yeah.
Like I said, I don't want to barge in.
I kind of wanted us to finish what we were talking about, though, but I got all interrupted. I'm sorry, you guys. That sucks.
No, we were talking about quarterback play. My big thing is just Kenny's going to get better, getting more reps, more attention, more coaching, etc.
Yeah.
And I think both kids are built for the environment. You know, CJ having been around just big time football, and Kenny is cool as a cucumber, rather. I don't see him getting shook in that environment. I really don't.
Yeah, man, it's going to be so interesting. And then Mike, from the fan media perspective of this, I keep talking about this. The week in between Miami and A&M is going to be an amazing, or the 2 weeks rather, there's going to be a full 2 weeks between those games. It's going to be a mega media crap storm, good or bad. And the team's got to just block it all out, because it's going to be all positivity or the world's ending, nothing in the middle. I'm telling you, that's how it's going to go.
And it's crazy because it feels like Texas A&M is steeper hill to climb to me than Miami, personally.
Yeah.
Like it feels like once, that's the game.
And it's such a cop-out, Mike, for me to say. If you win week 1, I feel a lot better that you're going to beat A&M. And if you lose week 1, I'm going to feel a lot worse that you're going to beat A&M. So, like, it really is, you win that first game, damn it. You got to win that first game. I'm sorry. You just do.
Yeah. Yeah. And the other thing, too, and this is just a question for the group. I was thinking about this last night, man. Quarterback play. They're both young kids. something. And dude, John, because we're doing the all 22, right? And last year was easy as far as the defensive side of the ball because it was just man. I mean, it was man.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of brushing up on my zone coverages and all this. I'm just watching some stuff on the internet, like a Brian Flores, defensive coordinator in the league, and like a Jared Goff, first pick overall, right? Great quarterback, Super Bowl quarterback. He's playing a Brian Flores scheme, and he's shook. He can't make heads or tails of it. So when that happens, not if that happens, folks, when that happens, what kind of quarterback do you want in the game?
Yeah.
That's why I'm always going to hedge towards an athlete that can just make a little bit of magic happen. We saw it last year with a guy that took us to the Natty that wasn't a comfortable thrower.
Yep. You're right about that. Now our resident Ohio State guy, he wants us to focus on some of the question marks. How about Notre Dame's defensive line, defensive front, and the wide receiver group? He's saying you guys want to talk about the fun stuff, talk about some question marks. I think you and Tim Hyde last Monday on Patreon, I thought you guys felt pretty good about the defensive front. No?
This goes back to narratives and your national guys. Who is this guy from ESPN? Top 30 coaches. Marcus Freeman doesn't make an appearance. Give me a freaking break, right? So on paper, Captain Obvious, you lose Howard Cross, who played all last year on one leg, warrior, right? Not the way he would have drawn it up. And you lost Bradley Mills, who got hurt during the playoffs and was a good pass rusher, played well against bad teams, but as we saw in film all season, got lost in the run game. I think both of those players were slightly overrated. It's too strong of a word. But the group that you have inside, I love the transfer from USC. He might make an appearance on the Goolsbys tonight or tomorrow on the Monday, the preseason show. Like him, you got enough dudes that are pass rush guys between a Heinisch and Hughes and an Anye and a Dawson from NC State. You've got some big sons of bucks like Rubio in there. You got Sevillano in there. There's enough variability in terms of the body types where it doesn't worry me at all, man. I'm higher on the defensive line than I am the offensive line.
And I think that's, you're going to be in the minority on that, right? Because you read the articles and it's like Notre Dame's going to have a top offensive line, best one in the country, whatever. I think you're going to be on the minority of that pick. But hey, I like your confidence there. And it's just,
I'd rather have
Mills did a lot. Cross and Mills did a lot of reliable production throughout the year. You just got used to what them guys were going to do.
You know what, John? What it comes down to, we have more 300-pounders on our defensive line than we do our offensive line.
Yeah, and I know that bothers you too. I know that bothers you too with the tackles that aren't on 3 spins.
Hey, it is football, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and then wide receivers, I'm still wait and see. I'm hopeful. I think there's a better group of them. I think the potential of the transfers is better this year. I think Greathouse had a really good, productive postseason last year. Maybe he could take another step. Combining that with the quarterback more comfortable throwing the ball, I'm optimistic that passing game is going to take steps forward, but I got to see it to believe it, man. We've been burned how many years in a row? See it to believe it.
Yeah, and you're going to mix in some legitimate play action this year. It all comes down to me to offensive line play. If Malachi Fields, who I'm super excited to see again, I keep calling him a beautiful athlete, no homo, but he is he's a stud. I just wish that he didn't play in the ACC or he didn't come from the ACC. You look up the kids, his statistics, and he's balling out against the Richmond Spiders. I wish that he played at Purdue in the Big Ten or something like that. And the level of competition was ratcheted up. So even with him, when you hear it batted around, he might be a first-round pick. There's still question marks with a guy like that even, right?
Yeah. I don't know, man. And this is all The first piece of data we're going to get on all this is Notre Dame, Miami in prime time to start the year. It's a beautiful thing, man. The excitement's going to be off the chains for this.
Yeah, no, it's crazy how quickly, how long the off season is. And it's like, oh shit, it's right around the corner. That's how I feel.
I was just thinking about that today, Mike. It doesn't feel like that season ended that long ago. And then you just take 1 week at a time and you think you have all this time. And then you look at it and it's here again. And we're going to go from 0 to 100. It's nothing but your mind. And then once camp starts, it's going to be off to the races, nonstop, running right into the season. It's a beautiful time of the year, Mike. Everybody's optimistic about everything across the country. Everybody believes their squad has a chance. Like, now's the time for it.
In this Miami game, it's Sunday night, right, John?
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Yep. So you have all those other games Saturday. I do think there's earlier day games Sunday, but then we have the night window. When I say everyone in America is going to be watching, I mean everybody in America is going to be watching. You're it. You're the show.
Amazing. Yeah, a lot of pressure.
Man, I can't wait just to see. I just want to see what this looks like, Mike. I just want to see how put together it all is.
What's Marcus doing in the tunnel this game? Is he doing something? Is he popping off like he did against Texas A&M? Can you forecast anything like that?
Oh, I've thought of this. You should know enough to know I've thought of this. You should know. The way I am with this stuff, you should know that I've thought this through, Mike. Here's the thing. Do you redo the A&M thing because it worked and it was a big hit and the team played good and everybody is expecting it? Or do you do something else because you know everybody's looking for that one? Do you go in there like a Lou stoic, knowing my guys got it under control, like a more of a stoic thing? Do you do that to flip it up on people that are expecting you to do what you did last year? I've asked myself that.
And are people even expecting it? Does the O-line, are we going to do it this season where the O-line is arm in arm kind of taking us out, or is it the D-line? It felt like in that moment, Marcus kind of, and that's where you love that player leadership kind of DNA in him.
Yeah.
He's just looking at things through a different lens than James Franklin, right?
Yeah, dude.
He felt like in that moment, though, he needed to do something, right? Yeah. He needed to do something. So there's a lot that builds into it, but yeah, the anticipation is very real.
Have you been paying any attention to all these media days and guys like Cignetti and Franklin and everything they're saying and all the politicking and all the angles? It's just, I'm getting sick of it, man. I'm ready for football. I don't need your bullet point narratives that your PR lady wrote down for you and said, here is our organizational standpoint. Make sure you say these 5 things. People need to know these guys aren't coming up with all this stuff. They go over, here's what we want you to say for our narrative and our conference and our purpose. Here's what we want you to avoid. Here's how to sidestep something awkward. Like this is all formulaic for a lot of these guys. And I'm sick of Cignetti and I'm sick of Franklin. Penn State's the #1 team, have all this crap returning. Go beat the best teams you play, then improve it. And then I'll tip my cap to them.
The thing is, I think Cignetti could be like a legit sociopath, right? He's a successful guy. Like, I mean, I'm not even just saying that, like I'm saying for real. But the weird thing is like you can weave your way around some of these questions, right? As a professional coach, it's making 8, 10, 9, $10 million a year. Like, you don't have to answer the question. Coach speak is a real thing, but they get up there and they're like bitch moaning and like speaking about a specific program. You're at the Big Ten press conference, talk about your team, just get in and get out. They're doing too much, John. It's ridiculous. Yeah. I had a Penn State fan reply on one of my tweets, like, why is it? He's like, I'm not trying to be incendiary, but why do people like not like Franklin? And I'm like, boom, boom, boom. And he's like, yeah, I see what you mean. Just shut the hell, like, just talk about your team and get out of there. That's what it's for. It's not a platform to just complain.
Yeah, it's just in it, and I still contend the big appeal to media days is not what they're saying. It's just that it's a signal football's back. People get that mixed up, man. Who cares what these guys are all saying? It's just everybody's excited football's back. So I'm kind of sick of it. And everybody needs to go prove it. I hope Indiana falls back to being nothing. And then Franklin with they're going to be pretty good again. Can you beat the best teams you play? Let's see.
But what Cignetti's doing, the schedule is what it is, and they'll probably make the playoff again. And then he sits there and goes 3 years from now, he's like, I want to redo my deal because we're Indiana. So it's in the transfer portal era. What he's doing it's not like rocket science, but it's also brilliant. He's taken them from like zero to hero, built a little bit of momentum. He doesn't have to win shit in the playoffs. He just got to get there. He's Indiana.
Yeah.
They're going to have a statue of the guy.
I get it. And then the other one is, I don't want to turn this into this, Mike. LSU's been getting a lot of hype this offseason. Like SEC media, they're getting a lot of hype. And they have a decently tough early schedule. Clemson to start, Florida week 3, but I believe it's at LSU for Florida. And they're going to want bigger results out of Kelly this year too. I think year 4, if he doesn't make the playoff, there's going to start maybe being a little real pressure, not fan pressure, real pressure. I think Kelly's feeling that. So you better beat Dabo.
I'm of the mindset with the Brian Kelly, and you hear all the recruiting stories. I know personally some of these recruiting stories. We've talked about some of this stuff with kids I've worked with, and Notre Dame dragged their feet and blah, 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 right? It's a very real thing. I don't think he cares.
Man.
Somebody look up his net worth. I don't think he cares.
Yeah. Man, what a life. It's a good gig if you could get it.
Yeah, fire me. What do I care, dude? I got whatever it is, an $80 million buyout. Like, what does he care?
But isn't ego the answer? Isn't ego the answer that he thinks a lot of himself and wants to prove it? Like,
no, because John, how do I frame that? There's ego with Brian Kelly, but a lack of personal accountability. So when they lose to Clemson, he's going to throw players or whatever it is under the bus because of the ego. It's never his fault. You understand this. You more than anybody understand this, brother.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's a big year for that guy. It's a big year for that guy. You better get in that playoff, baby. So I don't know.
It is a fun exercise, and there's such recency biased, and we get so caught up in the moment. But like going into year 4 with Coach Freeman, I think it's healthy to take a step back and be like, man, how far have we come? Like, we love our head coach.
Yeah.
Right. And all the recruiting battles, like this Teddy Gerard thing, like we are living in an entirely different solar system than we were 3 short years ago. It's wild how quickly Freeman's done this. Yeah.
And you know what that makes me think about, Mike? What do you think the patience level will be from the Notre Dame community if it's a little rough early on? I've been asking myself that. Like, you have the credibility of last year, 2 rough years to get things going, a successful year 3, build some credibility. I'm wondering what kind of patience the Notre Dame fan base and media circle is going to have if it does get off to a rough start, or the quarterback's rough, or it takes a while to come together. I wonder when that switch flips, if people are like mad, or like, I'm just wondering how much patience people are going to have. And I'm including myself in that, Mike. How am I going to react when you feel like overall you're trending in the right direction, but you have some moving parts that are questionable early this year? I don't know the answer, and I don't know how I'm going to handle it here.
This is my favorite. What you're talking about, John, is my favorite aspect to doing podcasts and creating content, to see who that target is put on. Is it going to be the quarterback? Is it going to be Geno? Is it going to be Denbrock? Is it going to be Marcus? I think that Marcus is out of harm's way. It's going to be Denbrock, quarterback. Like, what if Kenny wins the job? Are people, that 70-30 thing, are the 70% CJ Carr people, are they rooting for Kenny, or do they want him to go out there and shit down his leg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
Like,
think
so
Freeman's
to
out of
see
the
where
woods.
the arrows get fired is I can't get enough of it as a content guy.
I don't think Freeman's out of the woods. If you started out rough this year, I think you're going to have a certain group of people going, all right, you had 2 rough years. Now you're starting this year out rough. Like maybe last year was a lucky run or something. Like I don't feel like Freeman's totally out of the loop there. Maybe I'm wrong, but when people get upset, man, the head coach is an easy guy to go at. A lot easier than a first-time starting quarterback with 2 games under his belt. You get what I mean? Like he's an easier target than that young kid.
If Freeman were to become a target, and John, if you got callers, dude, roll them through. I feel bad. But like if the aggressiveness in which Freeman manages a game, going for it on 4th down, trick plays, whatever. Like if any of that stuff were to backfire bad, I think he could take some arrows. But the way I see it, and I mean, I don't think any of us expected us to win a national championship last year. I'm curious to see how this year goes, but I think the next 2-3 years, like once we get beyond this year and you have a quarterback that's broken in, you start to really roll in some of these high-end recruits. The next 2 to 3 years, I expect to win one.